On the scene, on the story. News on 6 starts now.
Tonight, the entire state is under a state of emergency because of tornadoes.
We're blessed. We're blessed that there's no God has protected us from any major damages.
Straight line winds.
All of a sudden, I just felt my trailer move about 4 feet, and I heard a loud boom, which was her trailer.
Flooding.
It's part of the lake right now.
And snow. And tonight we have crews all over Green Country. Our trackers are still out tonight. Plus, Justin Schreier is live near Grove in Delaware County, and Sawyer Bussey is live in Tahlequah for us. But first, let's get the very latest from the Oklahoma severe weather expert, Mike Grogan. Mike, you've been tracking this all day long for us.
Yeah, and we're still dealing with major flooding issues tonight. Flash flood warning issued in Tulsa in the past hour. Maybe your phone buzzed from that. Well, that is a serious matter because we have heavy storms, not severe, but heavy storms over the Tulsa area, creating serious road flooding in some cases. You can see widespread heavy rainfall now across northeastern Oklahoma. The storms have kind of shifted a little bit to the west again. This axis of rain is causing some big problems, though, and an example of that can be seen here from Wendell Neal. He is in the Midtown Tulsa area. Wendell, what can you tell us you're seeing in this vantage point?
Yeah, Mike, I'm at 43rd Street in Sheridan, and this intersection is totally flooded. You can see motorists trying to make their way through, but you can also see a car that's stranded in the middle of the intersection. Been here for a few minutes and watching it, and it's just not going anywhere. So this is a real good example of why folks just kind of need to stay in tonight if they can. Back to you, Mike.
Absolutely good advice there, Wendell. Thank you very much. Once again, there are low spots around the Tulsa area that can quickly flood, and perhaps in your community too if you're not in Tulsa. And this is once again a reason why, especially when it's dark, it is very difficult to tell if there's a flooded road right in front of you. Rain is pretty moderate right now in the Tulsa area. There have been some very vivid lightning strikes as well this evening. Another reason to be indoors tonight. You can see, though, further out, we do have some heavy storms in other spots. One moving in around Tahlequah, another heavy sector across northeastern Oklahoma, pushing into Tahlequah that has already seen over half a foot of rainfall. And then we have more rain coming in. So it will be a next wet 2 hours around Tulsa. That is why flash flood warnings are in effect for nearly the entire region through at least midnight and could be extended from there. Coming up, we'll be talking more about our continued storm threat tonight. We'll walk you hour by hour through when the rain will end. We'll continue to detail the major flooding problems and let you know when we have a chance to dry out in the forecast.
All right, thanks, Mike. The Delaware County Sheriff issued a warning telling people that live below the Uchi Dam to evacuate to higher ground today. Our crews near Grove found people already cut off because of high water covering and in some cases washing out the roads there. News on 6's Justin Schreier is on the scene tonight in Grove. Justin.
Yeah, that's right. Grove is one of several places here in Delaware County that has experienced some major flooding. If we take a look at the video, you can see Butler Bridge, which was washed out by Whitewater Creek. At the time, there were a couple people that were actually on top of the bridge, and a sheriff's deputy had to use his loudspeaker to tell them to get off. Residents say this is a brand new bridge, and for some is one of the few different ways to get home. The Elk River is another area that's also experienced a significant amount of rainfall. Several boathouses even detached from land and floated under that bridge, some even hitting it. The Grove Fire Department says they've gotten several water rescue calls today, including a trailer home that was taking on water in the Butler area. The people there got out of the home safely. They say this amount of water is not normal for them.
I don't like it. I got a truck full of groceries and I can't get there. I would like to see us open it, but I know they're not because it's going to get just worse. Because when this water fills up like that and it starts rolling, it's rolling.
Now, although some of that water has slowed down, it has stopped raining a little bit here. That runoff could cause some more flooding. The Grove Fire Department says they are standing by with sandbags if residents need them. Live on the scene on the story in Grove, Justin Schreier, News on 6.
All right, thank you, Justin. As we mentioned, Governor Mary Fallin has already declared a state of emergency for all 77 counties. In Cherokee County, crews performed more than a dozen water rescues today and evacuated a mobile home park. In Rogers County, emergency management says trees fell on several homes in Sequoia Hills, and around the state, several roads are closed because of high water. We have a link to that map over on our website at newson6.com. An ed fight with the GRDA says Flint Creek has set a record and they expect the Illinois River to come close to its record level of more than 27 feet. The river is out of its banks and running through downtown Tahlequah, where the Red Cross has opened an overnight shelter. News on 6's Sawyer Bussey is on the scene tonight in Tahlequah for us. Sawyer.
That's right. Well, many people here in Tahlequah have spent the day dealing with some pretty serious flood issues. The storms are rolling out now, but the damage could last days. Of rain in the last 24 hours.
Kind of kick back and watch. There ain't much you can really do.
And because of it, people living in the Illinois River Basin are dealing with major flood damage, the majority of it right off Highway 10.
Thankfully, because of all the advance notice that we've had, a lot of the businesses, the float places, they've been preparing and moving all their equipment out by the highway.
But some damage is unavoidable. Entire roads have been washed out, like this one on Dixie Road right off of the highway, or this one outside of a float outfitter.
If we get the predicted maybe 2.5, 3 inches, I'm afraid we might be in for a lot of trouble in the Tahlequah and the Illinois River Basin. We'll be right where we were at December 2015.
And those floodwaters are powerful. At one point Saturday afternoon, blocking a group of GRDA rangers into their station and closing off major sections of Highway 10.
People just need to kind of stay away and give the emergency people some room and respect, and the owners here, try to help out if you can.
Not to mention the effects on downtown businesses like Tahlequah local David Rogers Bike Shop that flooded Saturday afternoon.
The main part is just the carpet and the silk and the mud inside the bike shop.
American Red Cross is opening an overnight shelter at the First Baptist Church in Tahlequah. On the scene, on the story, live in Tahlequah, Sawyer Bussey, News on 6.
And thank you, Sawyer. In Pawnee County, the storm snapped trees and damaged trailers and mobile homes there. Haley Mitchell and her husband and 2 dogs were inside their mobile home near the Westport area of Keystone Lake when the storm sent a tree into their living room and kitchen.
I know what was going on. It was loud. It was just like a big crash. It sounded like lightning and thunder.
Luckily, the Mitchells were in the bedroom and were not hurt. Our crew near Fort Gibson just got back into Tulsa after being stuck for hours today due to high water and road closures. And some of the people who live in that area say they are afraid some of the roads there could be closed for weeks.
3 or 4 years ago, when we had a lot of flooding, it was closed for about 3 months. And there's people that live on past this, and when it gets that high, there's even a couple of families that are pinned in between 2 places that it's underwater. They actually can't get out.
Crews spent hours today clearing limbs and storm debris off of 4 Mile Road near Ranger Creek. And in the Panhandle, there is a winter storm warning effect until Sunday for Guyman, where they are expecting 6 to 12 inches of snow this weekend. These pictures are from Twitter. There is enough snow there to cover trucks and trailers, and I think even that horse looks cold. My goodness. Well, News on 6 and the Oklahoma severe weather experts have been going nearly nonstop for the last 24 hours. Here is a live look from our Osage Casino Skycam network. Coming up, Mike tells us when the rain will finally stop.